If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
I was talking about 6G earlier, which is around 2030. I would say that by then, definitely the smartphone as we know it today will not anymore be the usual kind of the most common interface. Wow. Many of these things will be built directly into our bodies.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. I have to keep covering what's going on in Davos, and it's like 100 things at once. I mean, they have meetings every day, all day for the entire week, and they have multiple meetings happening at once that they're streaming online and they're putting on their YouTube channel. So I want you to see what's going on so you don't have to sit through this living hell that is these people, right? Seeing Klaus Schwab and Bill Gates. I'm trying to give you just pieces so you can see. And this one's really important about 6G and about how in 2030 we're not going to have smartphones. And this is everything to do with the outbreak. This is everything to do with humans connecting to technology. And I'll get into it in 1 second. I just want you to know I have a video up on the website about what happened in Texas. There are about 10 narratives that tie into this. The narratives obviously include not just internet censorship. Those are like the smaller narratives around it. We know it's about getting people's bang bangs and about passing things as far as mental health laws, which would be laws that are against people like me and you, because they can, just like hate speech, they can deem anyone and anything they want as a mental health person if they don't agree with the narrative that the mainstream media is given. Obviously, they'll put conspiracy theorists in there, and they want to make sure that people who see what is going on now do not protect themselves, that they're going to have to forfeit their rights and either comply to this mark of the beast, this antichrist system, or obviously get taken down. But they obviously have a lot of fear about the civilians rising up and the civilians protecting themselves and gathering in groups. That's what this is about. And that's not me saying we should or shouldn't do that. I'm just telling you that these are the narratives that are behind what they're doing. They are very fearful people. They're very paranoid people, as we see from all the deflection that they use. So there's a lot of agendas that tie into this. And of course, whether or not it's real or not, those are things I talk about on the website. So definitely check out the website if you haven't. Again, make sure you're subbed to my other channels here as well. I could get a strike at any time. But the website's really where it's at. And you could share all this stuff that you're seeing with this event in the forum. Everybody's posting stuff that they're seeing, like Freemason stickers on cars, all this stuff that we see all the time. So you could do that in the forum on the website. You could share videos. You could do it, you could share anything over there. Interact with other people who are also investigating what's going on. So it's not just about me on the website, it's about everyone as a group looking at these things and analyzing these things without having to worry about the censorship police as of now. Of course, at some point in time, we know that's coming as well. But for now, we obviously can do it on websites. Can't do that here on public platforms like YouTube. But the discussion is over there and the video is up about the agendas behind it. So check it out. So let me get to the guy, the president of Nokia, the CEO of Nokia. He goes on to talk about, at Davos, he's talking about security, internet security, which is one of the ways they're going to get people very, very afraid and to want stronger security about personal hacks and hacking IDs and hacking your bank accounts. These are all things that tie in with the Great Reset. Here he is and others talking about 6G and how in 2030 there will not be smartphones, that things are going to be wearable or inside of you, out of their own mouths. And then I'll show you a video right after it so you can see what Nokia has planned with 6G, and they're setting people up for it already.
In the future, you will have such a good digital twin that you'll be able to go into the metaverse, into a virtual reality world, turn a dial, pull a switch, feel around, and actually change it in the real plant.
Absolutely. And this is not far off. I mean, the physical and the digital worlds, they will grow together, and the result is exactly what you just said.
I wanted to ask when you all think we're going to move from this form factor to something that's on your face, glasses, and when computing's all on the edge.
All right, 50 seconds. Who wants to answer quickly?
I think it will go. It will. First of all, it will definitely happen. I was talking about 6G earlier, which is around 2030. I would say that by then, definitely the smartphone as we know it today will not anymore be the usual kind of the most common interface. Wow. Many of these things will be built directly into our bodies.
6G will liberate human potential. It will transform the way we live, the way we work, connecting human worlds, physical worlds with digital worlds. And that will unleash new human possibilities. We are proud to say that Bell Labs has actually done many pioneering innovations in the field of communications. The laser was invented here, the cellular network, the transistor, actually the basis of AI was laid here. And this proud history that has led to also Nobel Prizes and Turing Awards. And so we are already preparing for the 6G era. We actually already started with the research on 6G 2 years ago. You want to be 10 years ahead of the game before the commercial deployment. You cannot do this alone. You need the partners. We are now leading the very first flagship project for 6G, Hexa-X. If you think of what the different generations of networks enabled, 2G and 3G unleashed the potential of human mobility and connectivity. 4G unleashed the potential of information and social engagement with social media. 5G unlocked the potential of machines and sensing. And so what will 6G unleash? It will enable perfect knowledge of human worlds, connecting us with the digital worlds. 6G will enable holographic communication. It will be as if I'm teleported to your environment, like working on the same design, the same object, as if we are in the same room. 6G will enable us to offload mundane tasks from humans, things that machines do better, mental tasks, quality checks, to really unleash things that humans are best at, solving creative problems, strategic thinking. With 6G terahertz, we can not only do communication, but also use it as a sensing capability and do things that, for instance, cameras cannot do. See things around the corner. If you think of the billions of devices that are going to be connected, the 6G network needs to bring reliable services, high performance, do it in a sustainable way, and then also in a secure way. We always like to anticipate future human needs, understand the real hard problems and solving them in creative and disruptive ways. Our ambitions come with real game-changing innovations that define the future of communications.
I was talking about 6G earlier, which is around 2030. I would say that by then, definitely the smartphone as we know it today will not anymore be the usual, kind of the most common interface.
Wow.
Many of these things will be built directly into our bodies.
So these are obviously things that everyone should keep an eye on, because people don't realize these people are openly talking about connecting you to the internet, connecting you to technology. They're talking about the different realms, in a sense, the spiritual realm. They're talking about bringing over what's on the other side. They're talking about living in the reality, which, I mean, we're almost at the point where it's like the reality we live in now isn't even real anyway, because everything that everyone believes is fake is not really happening. It's a production produced by the government and the CIA. But the reality in the physical realm versus the digital realm, and then merging them together. This is stuff we've seen in The Matrix. This is stuff that we've seen with tons of predictive programming over the years, and now it's becoming a reality. People think about the internet and they just go, oh, okay, 5G, I can download my music faster. They just want the dumbed down people to get more accustomed to, this is the newest trend. This is the newest trend. And people just automatically go, I'm not going to go on board. I'm fine with just my phone. I don't want it on my eyes. How much have we seen people transition? The Apple Watch and things like that are transitions. These are all ways to get technology out of the phone and wearable on your body. The headsets, the virtual stuff, eventually this is inside you. You are connected. It's out of their own mouths. This isn't a conspiracy theory. These are CEOs of these corporations, these tech companies. These are your presidents, your prime ministers, all of them meeting around the world. This isn't a joke. This isn't a conspiracy theory. People look at us and they just automatically dismiss us because they think that we're Republicans. Because, the left-right, they've hijacked it with their CIA QAnon stuff. So they think people who are conspiracy theorists are Republican Trumper or MAGAs, which is part of what they want, right? It's hijacked. They've hijacked this. So people automatically dismiss us. And people like me and you are showing everyone exactly what they're saying exactly what their plan is. And I'm trying to show people this has to do with the mark of the beast. And this has to do with the end time prophecies being fulfilled right now. They know their time is short. So Nokia is building telecoms networks that enable devices to communicate with one another. As you heard, asked when he thinks the world will move away from using smartphones to using smart glasses and other devices that are worn on the face, Nokia CEO Pekka Lundmark said it will definitely happen by the time 6G arrives. So they need to prep people now for 2030. They need to get people into it. They will use the celebrities to start using this stuff over and over on TV. This makes people comfortable with it, makes people, oh, okay, you've already seen it. I've covered the virtual stuff. We've seen Lil Wayne and all these celebrities. Oh, they're sitting around on their Samsungs and their virtual stuff. They're going to use them to market to these dumbed down zombies. And they're going to be in because they're going to see Kim Kardashian do it. They're going to see whoever else they're worshiping at the time. Whoever they decide to roll out, probably Beyonce will come back, Rihanna. They'll roll them out and people just continue to go along with whoever they say, Eminem or Machine Gun Kelly. We see all the Satanists doing it over and over. And the thing that's scary about this is what I constantly say about technology is that people aren't comfortable initially. So that's what they have to do these things for, is to comfort people, to get people eased in. You know, I said it in the video like yesterday or today, and I talked about, Facebook when it first came out. Everybody said it was the gayest thing that's ever been created. Now, if you don't have Facebook, people think you're gay or you're weird. Something's wrong with you, right? That's what they think. And when the cell phone came out, people were like, I have a beeper. What do I, now they look at the beeper, they call it a beeper. People look at me on a flip phone. A flip phone? Why are you on that? I don't know, because I want to be, because I don't need to leave the house and be staring at my phone because I'm actually alive and living. But that's how it is. And now we're going to move from phones, and they're going to look at phones the same way they looked at beepers. And they're going to be obsolete. And then eventually they're going to push it out of the market, just like they've pushed phones out that don't operate on minimum 4G. They will push it out, so people will have to comply. That's part of their plan. And eventually this will be inside of people's bodies. And this is what they're talking about and plotting as they sit in Davos, smiling ear to ear, talking about the future of humanity. So the CEO of Nokia expects 6G mobile networks, obviously, like I said, to be operational by the end of the decade. Speaking on a panel at the WEF in Davos, Lundmark expects it to be on the commercial market in 2030. Asked when he thinks the world will move away from using smartphones to glasses and other devices worn on the face. He said by then, definitely the smartphones as we know it today will not anymore be the most common interface. That's important to remember. And it's not because people are going to willingly do it. They're going to use psyoped into doing it, getting rid of their phones and starting to use this other tech, because all the movies are going to have characters that are on that type of tech that are going to actually show you. And I've talked about this, and people have messaged me and they've been like, you're out of your mind. That they show the interface in all these like TV shows and these movies now, where like if a character's texting, they bring it up on the screen. Or if a character's walking and he's on the phone, they'll show you the person he's talking to almost out of their first person point of view, like out of their eye. That's to get people familiar with this. So it's not like, what is this? And then the more they beat it into their heads, they're just like, oh, I guess I'll try it. And then the ones who don't, they'll just say, look, you can't have a cell phone anymore because this is the only network we're going to operate on. And this is the only stuff you're going to be able to do. Just like they just did with cell phones. They just worked people out. People who had cell phones from 2010, guess what? You got to get a new one. And they're so kind, Big Brother, they'll give you one for free just to make sure you go along with the times because they care so much. That's why they're talking so much about giving everyone free internet. And that's why magic potions are free. That's why Planned Parent, free. Why are those things free? Well, as they fit their satanic agenda. Nothing else is free. How come antibiotics you got to get a prescription for? You can't get them for free. Oh, what if you're dying and you can't? I mean, some of the stuff that you have to pay for water in this world. Bottled water, which is fluoridated anyway, but that's my point is that it's just basic mind control, conditioning, and that's what you're going to see. So that's what's going on in Davos. Again, a reminder, my video up on Texas is on the website at callfornuprising.com. I hope to see everybody over there. It's really important that people get over to the website soon. After them all meeting in Davos, there's going to be more censorship that comes here on YouTube. Susan Wojcicki herself, the YouTube CEO, is there. I covered it in a video this week, so if you haven't seen that, look for it in my library. Make sure you catch up on some of the videos I've done the last few days as well, because there is a very good chance that someone will get a strike because the magic potion is mentioned in it. And obviously that's a no-no, so I'm taking a chance. But I want to make sure you guys get the info. And of course, the people on the website don't have to worry about that because they get unfiltered info, but I can't not share some of this stuff with you. So I thank everyone for being here. Hope to see you on my other channels and the website. Thanks again, everybody out there, and especially the Patrons. I appreciate your support. If you're not a Patreon, please consider becoming one. It helps the channel greatly. If you find this content worthwhile, $1, $5 goes a long way. But at the very least, hopefully you could join the website at some point. Hope to see everybody over there. Thanks everybody for your support. Hope you're doing well. God bless you and your families.